What is good, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video, and in this one, I want to break down what's going on with Tesla SPY and a couple of other tickers. I want to break down what's happening to the overall market, what you should be watching for as time progresses, and talk about some very, very important levels. Let me first mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo, deposit $100, you are guaranteed 7 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon in just a couple of weeks. So for Tesla, guys, check this out. Tesla did pump hard as I called out this inverse head and shoulders. We got this very, very nice move all the way up to about 187.5, a little bit above that. And then I had this resistance mark here. You guys could see that Tesla actually didn't break past this 188 area. We did push all the way up here, but now we're starting to reject right here. And I am seeing some signs that the market is approaching some tough resistance. So I want to give you guys a warning about this. So looking at Tesla, we have two resistance levels right now. Our first resistance level is this in this 185 zone. Then we have this 187 to 188 zone, followed by 190. We pushed, which was very, very awesome to see, but Tesla wasn't able to break past 188. And I was starting to turn down just a bit. So watch this level right here on Tesla, 184.2 right here. I'll be looking at that. Losing this opens the door all the way down to 182.5. And eventually down to 180. So I am seeing some signs that Tesla's kind of rejecting here, showing a little bit of weakness. And if we end up losing this 50 EMA, we drop even more. So just be a little bit careful right here. We'll see how Tesla responds. But just know that, Tesla and the overall market are also in a very, very similar place because we had some tight resistance and we're starting to see the stocks kind of struggle at these levels. So going to SPY, okay, I said to everyone that SPY is going to likely pump more. Lo and behold, this thing did pump almost about 515. I did say that we could be approaching that level, but I want to call out now that this 514.5 to 515 area is some tight resistance. SPY is fighting at this level and it's trying to break, but like I said before, it's very, very tough. And the last time we hit 515, this thing got a big rejection. So you want to be very, very careful there. So I want to warn everyone that watch this 515 to 514.5 area, this zone right here. If we break past 515, then yes, we could go hard to 516.8, higher levels all the way up there. But if we fail to break it, if we fail to break the 515 area, we could get a rejection, actually retrace back down to 512.6 and eventually 511 before we try to bounce. So I want to give you guys a warning that, look, the market pumped exactly as we predicted, but now that we hit resistance or came very close to it, we came just 50 cents, or excuse me, we're about 50 cents away from 515. Now we're starting to show some signs of weakness, and the market's fighting some tough resistance, so the market's kind of turning a bit. And I want to give you guys a warning about that. So, like, once again, for Tesla, if you guys look at it, kind of rejecting here on the hourly, you guys can see how it's been performing. I want everyone to be very, very mindful of that. Nvidia got a nice push, but notice that historically, right over here, we have a tendency of kind of rejecting. We got two rejections off this 910 area. We also have rejected off 920. So those are two levels we've rejected off of in the past. I called out that Nvidia is going to likely pump to 900 to 908. And we did pump exactly as you predicted. Now, we came to about 916, just short of 920, and we're kind of rejecting here. We could retrace all the way down to 908 and eventually 900 just for a bit, right? Not saying it's forever, just for a temporary little moves to the downside. That's a possibility now throughout the entire market. So just be mindful of that. Then Nvidia could sink just a bit before it tries to bounce back up again later on. So just a temporary scalp could be made here. I do see a little potential for it to dip a little bit, at least to 908. That's a slight possibility. So I'll be watching for that. Triple Qs has been pushing very up nicely. It's about 438, but be careful at this 438 to 439 area. It depends on if we try to top here or not. We did hit the 438.3 area, but if we reject here, it could be dipping even lower all the way down to 437 and lower levels such as 435. So we have to be very, very mindful of this. We have to wait and see how things go. And we have to be very, very careful with the way that things are moving from here. So the QQQ is at resistance. If we reject right here, we're going to be looking for a move all the way down to about 436.5 and eventually 435 and 433 below that. If we reject, if it breaks 439, 440 plus is a possibility. So we'll just have to wait and see if we get this rejection. So just be very mindful of this resistance on the triple Q. For Aapl, now Aapl is very interesting because we ended up gapping down right here, which we did grab liquidity here. Now we're kind of trading sideways. There's a little bit of weakness in Aapl because of the news that Warren Buffett sold about 13% of this stake on Aapl. So, and that was Berkshire Hathaway, actually, not just Warren Buffett, but we're kind of shuffling up to 20 EMA. If this loses 182, we're going to be dipping all the way down to 181.36, then 180. Then we have resistance at 183.5 and also 184.25, kind of stuck in this range. It might continue to range trade, but it could actually dip a little bit back down to the lower 180 area because I'm seeing some weakness on the chart after this liquidity grab, and also because of how the market is performing right now. On top of this, I want to call out Amazon. Amazon's also looking a little bit weak right here, kind of turning temporarily. I do think Amazon has upside potential later on. I do believe that this thing could run all the way up to about 184 plus a share. I'm sorry, 190 a share in the future. But for now, it's kind of dipping a little bit. So we're going to be looking to see how it reacts to 184. That's going to be our key support. We have 185.7, then 184, and we'll see what happens from there. For Meta, we have a range right now. We have resistance at 457, support at 452, and we'll see if we get some kind of break in either direction. So give this some time, and let's just be open-minded, at least for the time being. And with that being said, that's what I'm seeing, at least for the charts for now. So just be kind of patient. SPY right here is at this resistance, so we'll see how things go. And with that being said, I just want to thank every single one of you so much for listening. So for Tesla, we are shuffling right here, very close to that level I just called out, 184.2. So this previous resistance is becoming support right here, this zone. Lose this, we're going to be coming down to our EMAs. So watch and see how Tesla reacts here. Got a big rejection here. We did get the pump I called out. We did pump initially, and now we're kind of coming back down. So give this some time, and we'll see how things go for the markets. Things are kind of turning, at least from a technical standpoint, and watch and see how the resistance ends up treating these markets. All right. So I wanted to make that very, very clear. Last thing I just wanted to say is that I'm going to be gone for about, I would say about 2 hours or so. You're not going to hear from me for quite some time, just for a couple of hours. I'll be stepping away, focusing on other things. So make sure everyone you take care until you see me again, just a few hours. We'll see how the market ends up doing. But as you guys can see right here, the market Tesla, they're showing a little bit more weakness. So we just want to be very, very careful with all of that that's coming out. For Tesla news, I'm not going to talk too much about news for now. I'll focus more on news in my next video. I went over the majority of the headlines about what Elon Musk said. I agree with Elon Musk's points that Tesla is going to be a big winner for the future, and he is encouraging Warren Buffett to enter. Maybe it's not Warren Buffett's forte to be looking at EVs like Tesla, and maybe he has a different view. Whatever he wants to say, it's fine. I respect that. But I just want to say that I personally believe that Tesla has a very, very bright future, and it doesn't matter what anyone else tries to say, whether big investors want to invest or not. At the end of the day, the future is very bright. I do agree with Elon Musk's point. With that being said, thank you for listening. I'll see you guys very soon, just a few hours. Have a great day, and peace out.